Today we're doing Q&A series where you ask a question and we give an answer. So you can ask questions in the comments and we'll either create a video or reply to you. I'm Andriana Marshall and that is...
I am Grand Scrum Master Scott.
Welcome to our channel where we give Scrum training and tips. And the question of the day is, when is Scrum effective and when is it not effective?
Ooh, I love this question. Another common question. Thank you so much, students, for this question. When is Scrum effective and when is it not effective? Let's take a step back because we have to tell you something, share something with you before we get to that answer. And I want to introduce you to the Raff-Stacy diagram or the Raff-Stacy model of uncertainty. There are 4 domains of complexity of work. There is simple domain where there's everything is known. If that's the case, why don't you just go do it? You don't need a methodology or framework to do that. Then the next level would be complicated, where there's more known than unknown. That's where my Six Sigma will come into play, and lean methodology was made for those particular ones. And then the next one we have is complex work. Scrum was made for complex work. What does that mean? It means there's more unknown than known about what we're trying to do. And then finally, in this Raff-Stacy model of uncertainty, we have chaotic, where there's very little known about what we're trying to do. Now, with that context in mind, Scrum is designed for complex projects where there's more unknown than known, which is a complex domain. For example, the requirements are not well defined. Thus, we need more feedback loops from our customers just so that we can validate our assumptions, so that we can validate our hypotheses. Because remember, we're in a complex environment where there's more unknown than known about what we're trying to do. And one way to make the unknown known is to do something and learn from that by getting feedback. And then that model is also great for Scrum to be used in if we're open to change. And then maybe you want to be in an environment where you would like to have team collaboration versus when I was a project manager, basically you have a hierarchy there in which work got done. And then if you want to have a short time bound so that we can validate our assumptions sooner than later to validate if we're going in the right direction. Those are a few reasons that I can think of. What are you thinking of, Andriana?
We talked a little bit about this: the simple, the complicated, the complex, and the chaotic. Simple is, an example. It's like someone working at a help desk. Scrum probably isn't going to help them for that complex software development, even HR, marketing, things like that. It makes total sense if you're in that complex environments that I would say Scrum probably wouldn't be effective, where an organization really doesn't want to do it. They don't want to allow the Scrum Master to help the team the organization and the Scrum team be empirical, make changes. So I think there are also environments where the developers don't want to do it. And I think that's why force people to do something that they don't want to do. Let them experiment, let them try, let them come up with their own conclusion. We talk a lot about self-managing. And I know that's really odd coming from a professional Scrum trainer. Like, you don't have to do Scrum. I truly believe that there are other things that you can do. A Scrum team that really can't or won't embrace the Scrum values. I think it's really important to have the courage to speak up when necessary. It's really important to respect each other. It's really important to be open and so forth, and being committed to delivering your best every single day. If you're not in that type of environment, I don't think it's going to be effective at all. All right. So if you made it through this, thank you. We appreciate you watching all the way to the end. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that like button. If you have a question, make sure that you leave it in the comments, or you can email us. There's information in the description where you can connect it with us and or take a course with us.